Today, I'm going to be swapping the careers of Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson to see how the NFL plays out. So as you guys can see, my boy Tyreek Hill is on the Minnesota Vikings, and my boy Justin Jefferson is on the Miami Dolphins. And I mean, this swap should definitely be an interesting one because obviously Jefferson and Tyreek are the top two wide receivers in the league right now. So it's going to be cool to see how things pan out, but we're going to go ahead and sim to the playoffs. And I mean, hopefully both of these teams can make it. I mean, I'm not feeling too strong about Minnesota though, to be completely honest with you. And as you can see, the Dolphins had one hell of a season, going 15-2 to win the division. That record's gonna give them the #1 seed in the playoffs. But I mean, as you can see on the downside, the Vikings absolutely fumbled the bag, going 5-12. Clearly that record is not putting them in the playoffs. I mean, I told you at the start I had a feeling this was gonna happen. Their defense is actually ass. But I mean, on the bright side for the Vikings, Tyreek did go off with 1,300 yards for 5 touchdowns. I mean, it's looking like Jefferson and Tua are the better duo right now though, because Jefferson had 1,100 yards for 11 touchdowns. But anyways, the Dolphins gotta take on the Browns in the divisional round, and it looks like they're gonna sneak away with the win. So now they play the Ravens for a trip to the Super Bowl. Obviously this game right here is gonna be a massive test for us though. I mean, I feel like the Ravens are probably the last team I would have liked to see in this game, even over the Chiefs, just because of how good their defense is. And obviously it's no question that Jackson is an absolute threat as well. We got to go on the run here. I probably could have hit Waddle looking back, but we're going to get the first down of Tua. But anyways, I'm just going to play it safe and go for another short play. I'm probably going to try and go for Croft here. I want to go for a shot with Jefferson, but again, I mean, I don't know if I want to do that against a defense like this. Another thing that kind of sucks for us, I mean, our defense is not looking too good right now because Jalen Ramsey is out and so is Holland. So we are missing a lot of key players. So I mean, our offense is going to have to show out today because considering that, I mean, Lamar is going to be going off. He should not have a lot of problems today. That should hopefully be another first. We're going to be just short. I'm going to try and hit Jefferson here because I really haven't had an opportunity to go for him yet, and it's 2nd and 1. So if this doesn't work, I mean, oh yeah, wide open. That's going to be a touchdown. Okay, it's going to pay off on 2nd and 1. We're going to get a touchdown with Jefferson. So that's going to give us the lead first here. As I said though, I mean, our defense is busted right now, so I don't know if this is going to be a win for us. But as you can see, we have a 3-point lead in the 4th quarter. Our defense is actually doing all right. They're going to score again though, but so are we, and that is going to salt the clock away. That was one hell of a game. As you can see, it was a really close one. I knew it was going to be a war. Nothing comes easy when you have to play Lamar Jackson, but in year #1, the Dolphins are going to the Super Bowl. But anyways, as you can see, Patrick Mahomes is going to win MVP, just like always. And it looks like we have to play the 49ers in the Super Bowl, who arguably have one of the best defenses in the league right now. So this is going to be a tough game. The way things are going in the NFL right now too, it would not surprise me if this Super Bowl actually happened this year. But anyways, I'm happy our offense is at full force today because we're missing Bradley Chubb, Jalen Ramsey, and Holland. They're all still out. So we have, the defense is going to be a problem. I mean, Jefferson is gone though. That is going to be a 1-play touchdown to start off the Super Bowl. That route is so dangerous. I mean, if the defender's right next to you, it's almost a guaranteed touchdown. So just like that, we're going to take the lead first here. But now it's time to sim. I mean, we're playing the Niners and our defense is injured to the max. So I don't even know what to tell you. This game could go either way. It depends how our offense plays. But as you can see in the 4th quarter, we have a 4-point lead and we're going to get the ball back, but we gave it up and got it back. Okay, I don't know what the hell just happened to end that game off, but we're going to win. I knew the Niners were going to put up a fight. I mean, we only won by 4 points. So that was a really tight game. But I mean, this team balled out this year. As I said, I could definitely see this Super Bowl happening in real life. But as you can see, to end off year #1, it looks like the Miami Dolphins are going to be hoisting the Lombardi trophy this year. But anyways, we're in the off season now. I'm telling you right here, I think Miami's going to have a massive downfall next season. As you can see, we're $7 million in the negative right now, and we are going to be losing a lot of players. So I mean, this team is taking a massive hit right after winning a Super Bowl. On the bright side for the Vikings though, I mean, they're kind of rich right now. I know a lot of you guys are not going to like this, but I'm going to try and do like a mini rebuild for this team. So I'm letting a lot of these players go, including Kirk Cousins. I feel like you Vikings fans are going to hate this trade because I mean, the way this guy's playing in real life is not the best, but he's still good on Madden. We trade for Justin Fields. He only costed a second-round pick, so he was actually pretty cheap to get. And as you can see, we also had a really solid free agency. We got Neal, Pierce, Singletary, Zettler, and King. And coming into year number 2, this is what the Vikings offense is looking like. I mean, I'd say they're 10 times better than what they were last year. And it's the same story with the defense. There's still spots we could improve on, but they're looking a whole lot better now. On the other hand, though, I mean, as you can see, it's no secret. The Dolphins took a massive hit. I mean, this might be the worst O-line in NFL history. On the other hand, though, I mean, the defense is still looking pretty solid. But I mean, with an O-line like that, I can guarantee you that Tua is going to get sacked the most out of any quarterback this season. But once again, we're going to go ahead and sim to the playoffs. And I mean, this year, I'd say it's the exact opposite of last season. I bet the Vikings do good, and the Dolphins, I cannot see them making the playoffs with that O-line. To my surprise, though, I mean, the Dolphins did have a positive record going 9-8, but either way, that doesn't put them in the playoffs. And as you can see, Jefferson had 1,200 yards, which is really good, but he only had 2 touchdowns. And on the other hand, the Vikings are going to go 13-4 to win the division, and they play the Packers in the wild card round, and he'll finish the season with 1,022 yards for 4 touchdowns. I mean, in the touchdown department, that's pretty low, but it looks like the Vikings are going to get the win against the Packers, so now they have to play the Eagles in the divisional round. And surprisingly enough, they also ended up beating Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, so now they play the Cowboys for a trip to the Super Bowl. As expected, though, I mean, things are not going so well right now. I told you, the Cowboys are the hardest team to beat in Madden right now, and they are kind of proving my point here. I mean, we lost yardage off of that run too, so it's 2nd and 11. We're already down 14-0, so we really can't afford to give up the ball here. That looks like it's gonna just short 3rd and 1. I might as well just go on the run of Singletary here. I mean, Micah Parsons is not in our way, so that is good news, and it looks like it's gonna be a 1st down, so it works out. I mean, Singletary just left the game with an injury after that, which really sucks though, so we're back to Madison. I'm gonna see if we can get Addison open here though. I mean, that we're going on the run of Fields. Come on, give me a block, give me a block. We're gonna almost squeeze in for the 1st. It's 2nd and 1 after that play, so I'd say now is probably our best chance to go for a shot with Tyreek. Oh, that's gonna be close. Trayvon Diggs is on our ass, but we're gonna catch it. Tyreek is no joke, bro. I mean, once he gets going, there is really no catching up to him. I mean, we gotta go for another run here. Fields, please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. We're gonna get stopped. So now it's 3rd and goal. We're either getting something or nothing here, and honestly, I have a bad feeling that we're not gonna get anything here. We're gonna find Hawkinson for the touchdown, though. So thankfully, we're going to put some points on the board. We're still down by a touchdown, though. And as I said, the Cowboys are probably the hardest team to beat. So we have one hell of a road ahead of us if we want to win this game. And as you can see, the Cowboys have the ball and the lead in the 4th quarter. I mean, the way things are going, it's looking like that's not going to happen. So as expected, the Cowboys are going to be heading to the Super Bowl this year. All honesty, though, even though we lost, I'm not even upset with that. I mean, this team made a massive improvement from last year. So I'd say the Vikings have a bright future at this point. But anyways, it looks like Dak Prescott is going to win MVP this season. But in the end, it looks like the Cowboys are going to lose by 3 points to the Chargers in the Super Bowl. So Herbert got himself a ring. But if you're a Dolphins fan, I mean, at this point, things are just getting worse and worse for this team. We had to re-sign Jefferson and Tua, so we're poor once again. And that means we're going to be losing even more players. They went from one of the best rosters in the league to a 79 overall offense and an 80 overall defense. I mean, that team took a massive hit. On the other hand, the Vikings had another solid free agency, getting Zadarius Smith and Jerome Baker. And we got rid of some more draft picks, but in return, we got Vita Vea. And as you can see, coming into year number 3, I mean, this offense is absolutely loaded at this point. In all honesty, I mean, I'd say the defense is looking even better. So once again, I'm expecting another solid season of the Vikings. On the other hand, though, I mean, the Dolphins are ass. That's all there is to it. They actually suck right now. And it looks like the Vikings are going to go 11-6 to win the division, and once again they play the Packers in the wild card round. And it looks like Mr. Hill had his best season yet with 1,300 yards for 11 touchdowns. And no surprise, this year the Dolphins won 8-9. Once again, they're going to be missing the playoffs. And Jefferson had 1,100 yards for 5 touchdowns, so he did a little bit more than he did last year, but again, nothing great. And for the 2nd season in a row, the Vikings are going to take down the Packers, so now we got to play the Cowboys. But luckily luckily for us, it looks like we're gonna get our revenge this season. So now we play the Falcons for a trip to the Super Bowl. Obviously, we couldn't get the job done against the Cowboys last year. We are playing the Falcons though, so that makes it a bit easier to win this game. At the same time though, the Falcons have improved over the years, so they're a pretty solid team now. But even though the Falcons have a better record than us, I'd still say we have the upper hand, because I mean, our offense is a whole lot better than their offense, and it's the same story with the defense. We're gonna get another first down though. I mean, it honestly seems like getting traded to the Vikings was one of the best things that happened to Justin Fields, because he's playing a whole lot better on this team than he was on the Bears. We need a first down. Oh dude, the clock's running down. Hut. Oh my god, bro, that the clock almost ran down there, and we're gonna find Tyreek Hill. We were literally 1 second away from getting flagged for delay of game. Again though, the defender was right beside Tyreek Hill, and when you line up like that on him, things do not work out for you. And as I said, I feel like our roster is a lot better than Atlanta's, so hopefully we can actually get the job done this year. Unfortunately though, as you can see in the fourth quarter, I mean, we're getting absolutely dogged right now. I had a lot of hope for that game, but I kind of lost it in the third quarter. So that's going to be a very tough way to end off the season. I honestly thought we were going to win that, but apparently not, so we're going home. But once again, for the second season in a row, looks like Dak is winning MVP, but it looks like the Falcons ended up losing to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, which really doesn't surprise me at all. As you can see in the offseason though, I mean, the script kind of flipped this year. Now the Vikings are broke, so we're going to be losing quite a few players, but on the bright side for us, none of them are superstars. The Dolphins do actually have money to work with this time, so I'm probably just going to make some trades because this free agency class kind of sucks. So the first thing I did was went ahead and stole the Bears O-line, so I mean, our O-line should be decent now. And we also got rid of Howard, a third-round pick, and Sailor because their contracts were way too expensive. In return, we got White and Peppers though, and for a second-round pick and 2 fourths, we got Van Der Esch from the Cowboys. I mean, since this is the last season, I'm kind of just throwing away draft picks at this point, but for a first-round pick, we got Njoku and Franklin Myers. But as you can see, coming into year number 4, this Dolphins offense is looking a whole lot better than last year, and it's the same story for the defense. I mean, there's still spots that aren't the greatest, but they're kind of stacked at this point. I'm not even gonna bother showing you the Vikings because their team's pretty much the same. They're still good looking, but anyways, for the final time, we're gonna go ahead and sim to the playoffs, and hopefully both of these teams can make it because that hasn't happened yet. And as you can see, the Dolphins went 12-5, which doesn't win the division, but it does put them in the playoffs. They played the Bengals in the wild card round. As expected, Justin Jefferson went off again this season with 1,300 yards for 10 touchdowns. But unfortunately, the Vikings kind of crashed this season, going 9-8, which does not put them in the playoffs. I mean, that definitely sucks. As cool as it would have been, we're not going to be seeing a Dolphins versus Vikings Super Bowl, but Tyreek finished the season with 981 yards for 3 touchdowns. But as you can see, it looks like the Bengals got absolutely packed. So now we play the Bills in the divisional round. And I mean, this team beat us twice in the regular season, so I would not expect to win this game. But somehow we're going to pull off the win in a super low scoring game. So now we play the Raiders for a trip to the Super Bowl. As you can see, the Raiders scored first, so we're down 7-0. To be honest with you, I didn't even expect to make it past the Bills though. So even if we lose this game, the team has surprised me this year. I'm going to go for Jefferson though, who's wide open for a massive pickup. I mean, there's obviously a reason that Jefferson is still a 99 overall. He's the best wide receiver in the league now because Tyreek went down to a 97 and Tua is a 90 overall now. So that just makes this team even better. And obviously Waddle just got a huge pickup off of that play. So I mean, 3 yards and we're in the red zone. I'm just going to go for a run here though, and hopefully we don't get stopped, but it's going to get blown up. That is the price you pay when you try to go on the run with a defense that has Max Crosby. I'm going to go for the end zone here though. This is not going to work. I wanted to hit Jefferson there, but Waddle's open for another first down to keep the drive going. So as long as we don't mess up in the next 3 plays, we should hopefully tie the game up here. I'm going to start this off with a run though, and that is actually going to work out nicely. So 3 yards to go and we're in. Again though, I don't want to go on the run with Max Crosby, especially when it's short field like this. We're going to find Waddle though for the touchdown. I don't know how he held on to it, but I'll take it. So that's going to tie the game up, which is nice to see. But as I said, the Raiders are actually pretty good at this point, so it's going to be a tough game to win. And unfortunately, as you can see in the fourth quarter, we're kind of getting dogged right now. The Raiders are going to score again, which is going to salt the game away. So we're going to take an L. It's whatever. I mean, we already won a Super Bowl, which is nice. And as I said, I didn't even expect to make it past Buffalo, so I'm happy with the outcome of this season. Would have been nice to get another ring, though. But anyways, it looks like Lamar ended up winning MVP this season. And apparently the Packers are going to absolutely demolish the Raiders. So Jordan Love is going to get himself a Super Bowl ring. But anyways, that's going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It'd really help out the channel. And if you have any video ideas, feel free to drop them down in the comment section below. And while you're down there, comment the most random thing you can think of so we can confuse everybody. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.